Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have a new single barrel bourbon whiskey on the cask. It's, I think they call themselves the Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Original single barrel bourbon whiskey. Doesn't say, but I think, here, Kentucky single barrel bourbon whiskey. But they could also call themselves straight, I'm sure of that. And it's the Blantons. The Blantons, what do we have? The single barrel, yeah, the Blanton's original single barrel. The Blantons is a brand of the Buffalo Trace distillery. And they all do single barrel bottlings, and they have different qualities. You have the green label, I think, then you have the single barrel, you have a golden label, and I think are they all cask strength, or do they have I think they do have a cask strength as well. Not quite sure. But they are the ones that are from exceptional quality. So the Buffalo Trace distillery and their warehouses go round and they look for the special quality that goes into the Blanton single barrel, and they do have their own bottling line. There is a nice distillery video about that, so if you would like to see how the Blanton single barrel is bottled, then you can have a look in the video, and also how the whiskey is produced. And here we have the bottle number 234, so all the bottles are individually labeled. And what is also pretty cool is the Blantons has this rider on top. So the rider that symbolizes the Kentucky tradition of horse riding. And in the back you have a little letter. And every Blanton bottle has a different, not every, but there are 8 different stoppers, and they do have different letters. So in the end you can spell Blantons, and yes, there are 2 different N's. And the rider also has a different position. So when you order the bottles then in the shape or in the spelling of Blantons, then you have the different positions that a rider takes during a typical horse race. Not quite sure how that works. At some point they do stand higher, and some point they go lower or something like that, and at some point they do have whip or something like that. Motivation. But today it's not about horse racing, but about whiskey. And this is definitely a Kentucky Straight Bourbon, because you can already smell the flavor of the Kentucky Straight Bourbon far away from the glass. So it's the typical caramel vanilla with a little freshness of a little citrus freshness. But this one is very much into the lemon direction. So it really smells like lemon. But it's incredibly sweet, incredibly strong with vanilla. And it has 93 proof, which is 46.5 ABV. It's the same with the flavor. This is a typical high quality Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It's very strong caramel, a little bit of oranges in there. So the lemons go into the orange bit, a lot of vanilla, and also quite a good amount of oak. So you do realize, okay, this here is not a typical young American bourbon, but this is a bit of an older single barrel. I don't think they put the age statement on it, but it's, from what I feel inside my mouth, it's older than 4 years. I'd say it's more like 5 years, 6 years. It's not overripe, but it's going close to it. If you look at the package, and if you look at the bottle, you do see a bottle on the package at the corner, and I think the bottle on here is the American version, and this here is the European version. Because I just read the proof and the alcohol content here on the bottle, and it says 46.5. And here on the bottle it says 46.5. Yeah, the Europeans like to use the 0.5, and the Americans always use the fractions, also with gas and other stuff. But for some reasons, Americans do love fractions and Europeans do love points. Don't know why, but it is like that. If you are from America or from the rest of the world, write down in the comments what's written on your Blanton's bottle. Is it 0.5 or is it a half? Yeah. So, typical American Kentucky straight bourbon in a single cask bottling. So it's really nice. Single cask bottling also means that you might have a slight variation between the bottlings because not every cask is the same. But they are all of exceptional quality. The master of quality, or the warehouse master at Blanton's, I've talked to the guy, the master of the quality control there, so I know there is one of these guys there. They do select the casks very, very fine for these whiskies. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.